Hi, it's Jenny May here, back with another reality of fat loss after 40, 50s, and 60s. Um, and that is last time in the video I did last week, we talked about what do you really want and getting clear on what your health and fitness really means for you, what your vision is for that, and what do you really want other than to see the scale go down because banking on the scale going lower when you're trying to lose fat in inches after 40, 50, and 60, depending on what your metabolic state is when you when you go into perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. Waiting for the scale to move can be the most discouraging thing, whereas you will often see inches and pant sizes come down faster than the scale moving. So for whatever reason, you have to remember the scale reflects mostly water weight, since our body is mostly 80% water, anywhere from 70 to 90%, so an average of 80% water. So most of what you're seeing change on the scale has to do with water weight fluctuations, intestinal waste, organs, stress hormones, sleep, everything but the fat loss. So let's not get attached to the scale. Let's instead focus on what that vision is that you want to create for your health and fitness journey as you go forward, so that the brain can actually, your subconscious mind can actually manifest it and make it happen so you make better choices. But trying to get the scale to move is going to be not the way to go. So that's what I talked about last week. So this week I want to talk about, the next thing I want you to think about is, how long do you want it to take, right? How long are you willing to let your journey to being healthier take? So in order to, right, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So you're going to have to change some things about what you're currently doing in order to get the results that you're seeking. So a decade ago, 2 decades ago, all you had to do was skip a meal and you would feel the weight loss. All you had to do was go run 3 miles and you'd feel the weight loss. That's not your body today. So one of the biggest mistakes I see, or traps I see people fall into when it comes to losing fat during the perimenopause, menopause, postmenopausal years, is that they think that their body should respond the same way it did in its 20s and 30s, but it's not the same body. You don't have the same body anymore. You now have joints that are worn out. Your hormones are different. Every decade our body changes, so things are different. So to have the expectation of, I can just do what I always did and it should work, so something must be broken, that's not realistic. I mean, there's a small percentage of people that will work for them their entire lifetime, but for most of us, it's just not realistic. So you're going to have to change some things about what you're doing in order to actually see results, and you're going to have to get consistent with it. And you're going to have to sustain that for 3, 6, 9, 12 months. And so this journey, I mean, in the course of the last year, I've watched several of my clients like completely overhaul their lifestyle and get the results, and their 3 pant sizes smaller. But it has to do with how much you're willing to change, and what you're willing to give up, and how long are you willing for it to take. You know what I mean? So there's no right or wrong answer. These are personal questions that you need to sit with and figure out, like, what are you willing to give up to get there, and how long are you willing for it to take. Like, if you're not willing to give up the birthday cake with your friends and family's birthdays, then that might be something that slows your journey. But you need to be clear about it. If gluten is something that you take and you know it has a negative effect on your body, so if you eat bread and you have more, you see the scale go up, or you have more digestive distension where it feels like you're carrying more bloat, then bread might be something that you need to give up. But are you willing to give it up? You have to decide that. I mean, I have 1,001 reasons to give up bread, but in terms of, it has to be your choice. If you are great Monday through Friday and you see the scale hit that low each week on Friday, but by Monday it's back to where it was, then there's something you've got to change over the weekend, whether it's eating out more, the wine, treats, more chips. I don't know what it is for you. You have to look at that and say, what am I doing on the weekends that is undoing the work I'm doing Monday through Friday? If it's getting together with friends and your natural tendencies to eat what they're eating, are you willing to eat something different in order to help your body get the result that you want to see from it sooner than later? So there's really two questions there. Like, what changes are you willing to make in order to see the result that you want to see? And how long do you want the journey to take? I mean, everybody gets there. What's that? Slow progress is still slow progress. It doesn't matter the speed. Forward is forward. So you have to decide that. Like, if you feel pretty good where you're at and you'd like to be 5 pounds lighter, but it's not like I need that now, and you're willing to take a little bit slower journey in order to indulge in other areas of your life, and that makes you feel more balanced and complete, then just acknowledge that this is going to be, making these choices is going to extend how long it takes me to get the result. And so you have to ask that. Like, literally every day in my journal, I write the question, what do I really want? And answer that. And then I look at, like, realistically, what do I have to change to get what I really want? Like, what am I willing to give up? What do I have to change? And how long am I willing to take to get to that end result, whatever it would be? And so I'm talking mostly about fat loss after 40, fat loss during perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, but really you can apply it to any goal. So anyways, so think about that. There's two questions there, not just one. First, figure out, what do you really want? What is your health and fitness vision for yourself? Where do you want to be 1, 3, 5 years from now? What do you want your body to be able to do? How do you want to feel? 2, what are you willing to give up? What do you need to give up in order to make that a reality? Because, right, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're just going to get the same result. But if you're making a vision and that involves a body different than the one you're in now, then you're going to have to make some changes, most likely nutritionally, as well as maybe fitness wise, what you're doing. And then how long are you willing to take to get to that result, right? Do you want to be there in a year? Do you want to be there in 2 years? Does it, do you have a time frame, or do you just want to work at being a little bit better when it's convenient? So you need to think about those questions and answer them. And if you have any questions or you want to work through this live, happy to do set up a time to do a phone call. Just shoot me a message or make a comment. I'm interested in a consult, and we can set up a time to kind of chat about it and really kind of make an overall vision plan so that you have a direction and you know where you're going.